Welcome to Mariposa's Kitchen. This is Mariposa, and the nice thing about today is that earlier today I started my carne guisada video, which is a remake of the original, much more condensed version. I've actually got it sitting on the stove right now, cooking low and slow. It's been cooking for 2 hours and 6 minutes now, and it smells wonderful. But this video is going to be the Mexican Spanish homemade rice. Super simple. It's also going to be a nice little condensed video, so when you just want to make rice, you can pull this one up real quick. We're going to start off with, I have a nice big size, it's about a 5-quart stovetop casserole pan. I don't even know what you call these. You can message me and let me know what you would call this. It's a frying pan, it's a casserole pan, whatever it is called, I'm making rice in it. So I'm going to start off by putting this little bugger and getting it nice and hot. Ingredients, follow me. So I've got my ingredients set here. I've got about 3.5 cups of water, and I've got about an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce in there. I prefer the tomato sauce because it adds a really nice tangy flavor. But right now we're using an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. I've got 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, 2 teaspoons of ground garlic, 2.5 teaspoons of salt. I've got a tablespoon of manteca, and I've got a heaping cup of long grain rice. To me, this is a critical thing in making some really nice, tasty rice, is to get every one of those little rice kernels nice and toasty, because to me, that's just giving your food that love that it needs to get to that level that you want. So when your family eats it, they go, you know, this is good. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. Those are the memories that flow in. This is why we cook the way we do. This is why I cook the way I do. So let's get started. I'm putting in a tablespoon of, yes, I'm using manteca. Now, you can, of course, always use vegetable oil, olive oil, coconut oil, whatever you want to use. Today's actually a special occasion. I'm making carne guisada. That's special. I'm having some friends over, and I'm making rice. I don't make this very often, so I'm okay with this. So I've got a nice hot pan. You can kind of see the heat rising. The onion. You want to add about a half an onion, chopped up, nice and pretty, ready to go. I actually had a little bit less than half an onion because I've been doing a lot of cooking lately, and I thought I had more onions. Shame on me. But you want to use about half an onion. I might actually add some onion powder, and I like to use yellow or sweet onion when I'm making my rice. Just FYI, you can use white onion or whatever onion you want to choose. But I like to use yellow onion. When I put onion to cook on oil, one of the things that I also like to do, add a dash of salt. This just kind of helps bring out the flavors in the onion and extract some of the moisture that's in the onion. And I also like to use garlic salt, so I'm just going to put a dash here, just like that. And I'm adding my rice. Now, what you'll probably get is an edited version, because it does take a little while to get your rice nice and toasty. But I want you to see this. It smells so wonderful. I remember when my kids were little and I would start making a pan of rice, they would always go, "Oh my God, what smells so good? What are you making, Mom?" And I'm like, "It's just the rice in the pan with some oil and onion. That's it." And you might say, when you make rice, I thought you're not supposed to stir it. 100% true, but that's not until after you add the liquid. Once we add the liquid, no more stirring. A directive to my friends who requested me to make this video again. Olivia and Sylvia, this is for you. Do not stir your rice when it is cooking after you've added the liquid, okay? It's actually a beautiful day outside. My husband and I were out gardening while we're waiting for the carne guisada to cook. It's just a wonderful day for gardening here in South Texas. It's like 77 degrees outside. There's a wonderful breeze outside. So I'm going to let this sit. What I'll do is I kind of spread my rice around, by the way. Let it all kind of find an area in the pan. Okay, so I kind of spread it across the bottom. I let it set for about 30 seconds. Now I'm going to give it a little toss. Oh yes, you can see the color starting to come in. It starts to smell better and better every single time you give it a little toss. So I'm tossing it around, and I'm gonna do the same thing again. You want to give every little bit of grain of rice a little bit of love. Love to cook and cook with love, right, you guys? Yes, give every little bit of grain of rice some love, man. You've got to make sure that they all get a nice little toastiness, and you trust me with this. And as far as you can push that toastiness, go ahead and push it. As of right now, I've been toasting this rice for about 2.5 minutes on about medium high, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and toss it again. And every single time I do, it gets, so this beautiful, nice golden brown. And like I said, you wanna really push it. Be patient. Really trust the browning of your rice. There's nothing wrong with giving your rice before it starts to take in all this other goodness some love. I'm gonna go ahead and spread it around again, and I'm gonna start getting my mixture ready. 3.5 cups of water, 8 ounces of tomato sauce. I'm gonna add my teaspoon of ground cumin. I'm going to add my garlic powder in my cute little bowls. Aren't these bowls cute? They're all handmade little bowls that I found. I'm going to add my salt. I'm sorry. I love to smell them because when you smell your mixture, to me, you kind of taste what it's going to taste like. Go back and toss my rice again. All right. Look at this rice. Isn't it beautiful? It's getting this nice, beautiful, toasty color. We had some music on in the background, which my husband was in charge of doing, but for some reason it didn't happen. If you know my videos, I always have music on in the background, but I just noticed there's no music. It'd be about right now that you'd be going, wow, that music is so nice, while I'm sitting here stirring my rice. Beautiful, golden. It's got that nice toasty color. Again, you can push it for as much as you'd like. Again, you don't want to burn it, you know. So at about this time, I start kind of tossing it quite a bit. Now here comes the fun part. I'm going to add the liquid. I'm going to add the liquid while the pan is hot. When I was growing up, my grandmother said, and I don't know if it's true, but I believe everything she said because growing up, the food was always wonderful. So if she said it, it's law with me. But you want to add the liquid while your pan is nice and hot. So after you add the liquid, you want to seal it with the lid right away. She said, don't let any of that flavor escape because you see this big cloud of steam come up once you add the liquid, and she would immediately add the lid. So I'm doing that. I've always done that. I'm going to continue to do that because our grandmothers were wiser than us. They always have been. They always will be, right? All right. That's a beautiful golden color. Here we go. We're going to do some magic right now. Here we go, folks. I just added a little bit extra water here from my faucet to gather anything that stayed in here. That's going to go in there. Put your lid on. It's already simmering because you added the liquid while your pan was nice and hot. Here, you're going to start to turn it down. I would take it to medium and keep an eye on it. Once it gets a nice good simmer, lower it just a little bit more. Let it cook for about 25 to 30 minutes maybe. I'll show you. I'm going to walk you through this. Once the liquid is absorbed into the rice and it cooks through, you'll see the consistency that it needs to be to make a great Mexican rice. Again, Olivia and Sylvia, do not stir. Here we go, guys. We'll see you soon. I don't know why you're turning the music off there. Not stirring, just moving. Okay, everyone, so it's been 25 minutes since I put my rice on, and I believe it's ready. I want to show you what it looks like so you'll know this is when your rice is done. But I'm turning this off, grabbing my spoon, and I want you all to see. Now, if you see some nudges in there, that's just me nudging the rice. Never stir it again. I'm just nudging it. So, this is a consistency you're looking for. See that? That's lovely. Again, it still has a little bit of resting and cooking to go, but that's okay. If we had to come and people were waiting to eat, I'd be ready to serve this anyway. So this is the rice. I want you to, again, take a quick look. It's nice. It's a little bit moist, but it still can crumble easily. It's ready. We're going to go ahead and just let it rest. So this is my Mexican rice video. Love to cook and cook with love. If you have any questions, just message me, you guys. Thanks a lot.